Welcome to barbecuing, and this is our very first episode. I know you're going to enjoy it as we look at steak. So today I'm going to be cooking some nice filet steaks here. Very good. Going to be doing that on the big green egg. But if you don't have a big green egg, any type of a smoker or even a propane barbecue, a lot of this stuff will apply to it. It's just all about setting it up right. So we've got our charcoal over there getting hot. That's going to be coming over here. The way you're going to set up your grill, and I would do this the same with propane, is you're going to have half hot and half indirect heat. And you'll see once we get the charcoal in there how that's going to do. Then we'll talk about how we're going to season that steak, what we're going to cook it to, and we'll go from there. All right, once your charcoal is nice and hot, you want to take it and you want to dump it in on one half of the side of the grill, making sure that you keep it down below the fire line. And like I said, if you're using propane, you're just going to want to make sure you only use half of the propane burners for this. Once that's on, what I like to do, just for a little bit of smoke flavor, I'll take a handful of hickory. Don't use anything sweet. Just kind of toss it on across the top. From there, get your grill on. Close that baby up. Close that up. Vents open all the way. And let that heat up. You're going to want to see that get up to about 400 to 450 degrees before you slap those steaks on. While your barbecue is heating up, we want to prepare the steaks. And so right now you may think, oh, this is the time where I put on that sugary barbecue sauce. No, we're not going to do that. What we do is just keep it simple. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I like to put a little bit of garlic plus in there. And you just take it and you sprinkle it. As much seasoning as you would like. Now that the grill is up to temperature, we're just going to take these and we're going to put them directly over the heat. The idea here is to sear these steaks. You'll see I got little things sticking out of them. This is the first time I'm actually using these. They're little thermometers to help gauge the doneness of your meat. We're going to do that. We're going to leave them there for about 3 minutes. And then we're going to flip them. And from there, we'll set them off the heat. So about 2.5 minutes has passed. We're just going to have a quick look at this steak. Give me a grab, give me a flip. Nice marks. Nice marks. You can see some searing there on the fat. Beautiful. Give those a turn. And once again, we're going to leave those for another 2.5 to 3 minutes. Another 3 minutes has passed, and so we're going to have a check here. Now this is where we want to deal with the doneness of the meat. So, first we'll have a look. Nice, seared. Let's move it over into the indirect heat. Beautiful. Another one into the indirect heat. And maybe you're asking, okay, now is the time that we put the barbecue sauce on? No, now's not the time. What we will do though at this point is check our meat. Now there is many ways to do this, whether you're using the thermometer or you can use the touch test, all kinds of different ways to do this. I just want to test these out today to see how they work. All right, it's time to check in on these steak. They've been on there for probably about another 7 minutes off direct heat, and they are looking good. So, on the temperature checks, what we're dealing with is I had to move one of them around a little bit. We're looking at well done, which is about 160 Fahrenheit. We're looking at a medium here. Medium well, which you get right around 150, and a medium, which you try and get around 140 to 145. So now maybe you're thinking, okay, now is this when I add the barbecue sauce? Nope, not the barbecue sauce. All that we want to do in order to finish these pieces of meat off, butter. Just butter. A little bit of butter there, a little bit of butter there, a little bit of butter there. And we're going to close that lid. Little tip for when you're barbecuing, doesn't matter if you're using charcoal or if you're using propane. Little saying, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So get the lid down and let the heat do its job. All right, these are ready to come off. You can see just how delicious they are. Oh, doesn't that look fantastic? Let's get a little flame for the fun of it. Oh, there we go. All right. Now that these are off the grill, all that you're going to want to do, take them, lightly wrap them in foil, just tent them a little bit, which means to leave a little bit of air to be able to get out of those. And we're going to let those stand for about 10 minutes or so. And what that's going to do is it's going to soak all the juices back up. So again, you're probably wondering, well, when do we put the barbecue sauce on? If you don't learn anything from me, ever, whether it's in barbecuing or otherwise, remember this: never put sauce on a good piece of meat. Bottom line, if you're dealing with a flimsy old pork chop, sauce that baby up. But if you're dealing with a nice steak or a nice roast, blade roast, do not sauce it. Starting with our well done. You don't want to see a whole lot of pink, if any, in there. Beautiful, perfectly done. Okay, very good. Next, we go to our medium to medium well. You might get a hint of pink in there. Oh, perfect. You see that through there? Excellent. And lastly, our medium. It should have a little bit more pink still. And this little more medium to well, but still you can see the pink throughout. And well, that brings our very first episode of Barbour Qing to a close. Thanks for tuning in. I know you've enjoyed it. And until next time, just remember, don't be nutritious, just be delicious.